Last spring, I stood in my garden with a few seed packets and a lot of hope. The sun was warm, but the soil was still cold. And I made a mistake that I think a lot of us make. I waited. I thought, I'll just plant everything in May when it's safer. By July, my potatoes were the size of marbles. My spinach had turned bitter and gone to seed. And I wished I had started earlier. So here's what I learned. April isn't about planting everything. It's about planting the right things and knowing what can wait. I'm John from Golden Garden Days. Let me save you from the same disappointment. Now, a quick word about your own garden. This advice depends on where you live. If you're in a colder state, like Minnesota or Maine, your April might still have frost, and that's fine. You can start some of these indoors or wait a couple of weeks. If you're in a hot climate like Texas or Florida, your April warms up fast. So you'll want to focus on the heat-tolerant varieties I'll mention. Also, you don't need to plant all 15. Pick just 3 or 4 that fit your space. A small raised bed or a few large pots is plenty. And if bending or kneeling is hard, focus on the crops that don't need a lot of thinning or weeding. I'll point those out. I know some of you have heavy clay soil, or you garden in containers on a patio, or you have arthritis in your hands. I hear you. Most of these crops are forgiving, and I'll tell you which ones are the easiest on your body. Let's start with a confession. Last April, I got stubborn. Warm sun, spring on the calendar, and I thought, I'll wait 1 more week. Let the soil dry out. By the time I put my carrots in, wireworms had moved in. And my potatoes? Those marble-sized disappointments. So here are 15 crops that really do belong in the ground during April. I've grouped them into 4 categories. First, the last chance crops. These absolutely need April. Wait much longer and you miss the season. Second, the fast growers. These will pop up before the weeds take over. Third, the space fillers. These tuck nicely between other plants. And finally, a few unusual ones. Just for fun, if you're feeling adventurous. Here's a simple way to think about it. Plant your last chance crops first. Then fill any empty spots with fast growers. Then tuck the space fillers wherever you have room. The unusual ones are optional. At the end, I'll also tell you 3 crops to avoid in April. Knowing what not to plant is just as important. Let's begin. In these first 5 crops have a narrow window. Miss it by 2 weeks and you're waiting until next year. Number 1, potatoes. Potatoes are very forgiving, but they need to go in when the soil is about 45 to 50 degrees. In most of the country, that's early to mid-April. The mistake people make is planting too deep in cold, wet ground. The seed potato can rot. Instead, dig a shallow trench, about 4 inches deep. Place the potato pieces with the eyes facing up. Cover with just 2 inches of soil. As the greens grow, you add more soil. If bending is hard, you can plant potatoes in a large pot or a grow bag. Just add soil gradually as the plant grows. Northern gardeners, you can still do this in late April. Southern gardeners, if you're past zone 8, you're actually late. Look for heat-tolerant varieties like red Lesota. Number 2, onions from seed, not the little sets. Onion sets are easy, but they often go to seed quickly. Onions grown from seed take a little more patience, but they store much longer. April is your last chance for long day onions if you live in the northern half of the U.S. Varieties like Walla Walla or Elsa Craig. Get them in by April 15th. Plant the seeds a ½ inch deep. Cover with a thin layer of compost, not heavy dirt. The mistake is crowding. Once the seedlings are a few inches tall, thin them to 3 inches apart. I know it's hard to pull out healthy little plants, but it's worth it. If you have trouble with fine seeds, you can buy onion starts from a garden center. That's perfectly fine. Number 3. Peas, any kind you like. Peas are a trap for procrastinators. People think, I'll plant them in May. No, then May arrives, it gets warm, and the peas stop producing. April's cool, damp soil is exactly what peas love. Soak your seeds overnight in a bowl of water. Just water, nothing fancy. Then plant them about 2 inches apart. A good trick for small spaces is to plant a double row. With the rows about 6 inches apart, the plants will support each other. No trellis needed. If you have trouble bending, plant peas in a wide, shallow container. They don't need deep soil. Number 4. Spinach. Spinach can be fussy. It wants to go to seed the moment the weather warms up, but April is its sweet spot. Look for varieties like Bloomsdale Longstanding or Thai. Plant seeds 3 inches apart, then thin the seedlings to about 6 inches apart. The extra space lets airflow around the plants, which prevents mildew. One simple trick to keep birds from eating your seeds is to lay a flat board over the row for the first 5 days. The birds peck the wood instead of your seeds. Then remove the board. If you live in a hot climate, regular spinach won't work in April. Try New Zealand spinach instead. It handles heat much better, though the flavor is a little different. Number 5. Beets. Beet seeds are actually little clusters that can sprout 2 or 3 plants each. That's why people often end up with tiny woody beets. They forget to thin. April is ideal because beets like soil around 50 degrees. Plant the seeds 1 inch apart. When the seedlings are about 2 inches tall, thin them to 3 inches apart. And here's something many people don't know. Those tiny seedlings you pull out, you can eat them. They taste like sweet, earthy microgreens. Don't plant beets deeper than a 1/2 inch. Any deeper, and they take forever to come up. That's the end of the last chance group. Now let's talk about fast growers. Crops that will be ready to eat before the weeds even get started. Number 6. Radishes. Radishes are the quickest thing you can grow. Cherry bell radishes go from seed to your salad bowl in about 22 days. Here's a good strategy for older gardeners. Plant a small row of radishes every 5 days. That way you get a handful at a time, not 50 all at once. Radishes need loose soil. If your soil is heavy clay, plant them in a container with potting mix. They don't need much depth. 4 inches is plenty. And here's a useful trick. Plant a few radishes near your eggplants or arugula. Flea beetles prefer radishes. They'll go after the radishes first, leaving your other plants alone. Number 7, baby bok choy. Full-size bok choy gets bitter in heat, but baby bok choy, a variety called toy choy, is ready in about 30 days. April's cool nights keep it sweet. The mistake is planting it in full, hot sun. Give it morning sun and afternoon shade, or plant it under taller vegetables. Harvest when the heads are about 4 to 6 inches tall. Use a knife or scissors to cut at the base. It often grows back for a second harvest. Number 8. Arugula. Arugula has a peppery taste that some people love. It also self-seeds very easily, which means you may never need to buy seeds again. Sow arugula directly in the garden. Just scratch the surface of the soil, scatter the seeds, and barely cover them. Arugula needs light to germinate. Harvest the leaves when they're about 2 inches long. At that size, the flavor is mild. Let a few plants flower and go to seed, and they'll come back on their own next year. But once the weather gets hot, consistently above 70 degrees, arugula becomes very spicy and tough. So April is your best window. Number 9, mustard greens. Mustard greens grow fast and have 2 benefits. First, you can eat the leaves. Ruby streaks and mizuna are beautiful in salads. Second, they help suppress certain soil diseases. Plant them around your tomatoes or peppers, not right next to them, but along the edge of the same bed. Mustard roots release natural compounds that reduce verticillium wilt. Pick the leaves when they're about 4 inches tall. If you let them flower, the leaves get tough. But the flowers themselves are edible and spicy. And one more bonus. Let a few mustard plants go to seed. Grind those seeds and you've made your own mustard. Now let's talk about space fillers. In April, your garden probably looks empty. The tomato and pepper plants are still small, so use those gaps. Number 10, lettuce, loose leaf, not head lettuce. Don't bother with head lettuce. It takes too long and shades everything around it. Instead, plant loose leaf varieties like black-seeded Simpson or oak leaf. You can tuck them anywhere. Between broccoli plants, under pea trellises, along the edge of your carrot bed. Harvest the outer leaves starting at 3 weeks. The plant will keep growing from the center, and when the weather gets hot, let a few lettuce plants flower. Those flowers attract hoverflies, which eat aphids. Number 11, cilantro. Cilantro bolts very quickly. Once it gets warm, it's done. But April gives you a good 6 weeks of harvest. Plant cilantro in partial shade, under a trellis or on the east side of a tall plant. Full sun makes it bolt even faster. Here's a trick. Plant a small patch of cilantro every 10 days. That way you have a steady supply. And let one plant fully flower and go to seed. Those seeds are coriander. Toast them, grind them. Now you have 2 herbs from one planting. If you live in a hot climate, your cilantro season is already ending. Look for a variety called slow bolt. Number 12, turnips. Grown for the greens, not the roots. Most people grow turnips for the bulb. That's fine. But April is perfect for turnip greens. Varieties like 7-top or topper produce big, tender leaves in about 30 days. They never form woody roots. To plant the seeds thick, about 1 inch apart. When the leaves are about 4 inches tall, cut the whole patch with scissors. It will regrow for another cutting. The mistake is waiting too long. Old turnip greens get hairy and tough. If you do want turnip roots, plant a variety called Hakurei. They're sweet and mild, and they mature in about 45 days. They don't get bitter in heat. Now for the wild cards, these 3 are a little different. You may have never grown them before, but they're reliable and interesting. Number 13, tomatillos. Tomatillos are the base for salsa verde. They're very productive, but they have one unusual requirement. You need at least 2 plants. They can't pollinate themselves. Start seeds indoors in early April, or plant them directly in the ground once the soil is warm. When the mistake is planting just one plant, you'll get lots of empty husks and no fruit. Tomatillos grow fast, about 3 feet tall and wide. Give them space. In my experience, they're surprisingly resistant to pests. Not invincible, but I've never lost a plant to anything major. Harvest when the papery husk splits open and the fruit inside feels firm. If you wait until the fruit falls on the ground, that's fine too. They store for weeks. Number 14, Claytonia, also called miner's lettuce. This is one of the most underrated spring greens. It thrives in cool, damp April soil. It self-seeds very easily, and the flavor is sweet and nutty, better than spinach in my opinion. The trick is to scatter the seeds on the surface of the soil in a shaded spot. Barely rake them in. Claytonia needs light to germinate. The mistake is covering them with soil. It grows low to the ground so you can plant it under your kale or broccoli. Harvest by cutting the whole plant at soil level. It won't regrow from the same plant, but it will drop seeds for next year. I haven't bought Claytonia seeds in 3 years. Your results may vary depending on how cold your winters get. If you live in a hot climate, Claytonia dies when temperatures hit 80 degrees, so April is your only window. Number 15, scorzonera, also called black salsify. This one is for gardeners who enjoy a challenge. Scorzonera takes about 120 days to mature. It grows a long, black-skinned root with white flesh inside. The flavor is often compared to oysters and artichokes. Why April? Because it needs a long, cool growing season. Plant the seeds 1 inch apart, in about 3/4 of an inch deep. The soil needs to be loose and deep, not heavy clay. If your soil is clay, plant scorzonera in a deep container. Here's the payoff. You harvest the roots in October after a few frosts. The cold weather turns starches into sugars, and the roots store right in the ground all winter. You can dig them as you need them. I grow scorzonera partly because almost no one else does. When you serve it at Thanksgiving, people think you're a very clever gardener. Before you head outside, let me save you from 3 common April mistakes. What not to plant in April. First, corn. Cold soil rots corn seeds. Wait until May when the soil warms up to about 60 degrees. Second, cucumbers. They hate cold soil. Anything below 55 degrees stunts them. You can start cucumber seeds indoors in April, but don't put them outside until May. Third, okra. Okra loves heat. April is too early unless you live in zone 9 or 10. Wait until late May or even June. Here's a simple April calendar to keep handy. Week 1, potatoes, onions, peas, spinach. Week 2, beets, radishes, arugula, claytonia. Week 3, baby bok choy, mustard greens, turnips. Week 4, lettuce, cilantro, tomatillos indoors if it's still cool, and scorzonera. The secret is not to plant everything at once. The secret is to match each crop to your own garden, your soil temperature, your last frost date, how much sun your yard gets, and most importantly, your own energy level. Pick 2 or 3 from this list. Just start with those. Because the only thing more frustrating than planting in cool April soil is waiting until May and wondering what might have been. If you try one of these wild cards, especially scorzonera, please come back and leave a comment. I'd love to know if it worked in your garden or if it failed in a spectacular way. Either way, we learned together. Thank you for spending your time here at Golden Garden Days. I'm John. Take care of your hands and your knees. Keep your hands in the soil, and I'll see you in the next video.